Welcome back to another YouthLINE Live. My name is Jesus.
My name is Rixel.
My name is Joshua.
And my name is Steven.
And today we're going to be talking about moving to Mars.
Ooh.
Wow, moving to Mars, one of the most heated topics in the
Universe.
right now. Yeah, social media and
Yeah.
science and everywhere, because
Yeah.
now everybody wants to move to Mars because we kind of trashed Earth, we kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
And,
That's true.
But I don't think that's the reason, but more like, it's curiosity. What's in Mars? It's something new. It's a different
Right,
planet.
right.
Everyone wants to be an astronaut.
Mhm.
Right?
Well,
but not
I-
everyone can go to outer space.
I don't know about everyone wants to be an astronaut, but
You guys don't want to go to outer space?
no, sounds kind of.
You guys have no sense of adventure. Let's move on.
But there's a lot of questions with moving to Mars. What's up there? Can we change Mars? Is there another planet we can go to? Why Mars specifically? Why not Venus?
Yeah.
And we're gonna answer some of these questions today. And one of these questions is, what have we done to Earth? How is Earth doing?
Yes, let's see. Main reason why we wanted to go to Mars is, yes, Earth is, they're, what they saying is dying. There are three reasons, and probably more, but these are the big ones. One is biodiversity, which is plants, animals are decreasing majorly in every year. More like wildfires, natural not phenomena, but more like
Disasters.
floods have been destroying ecosystems or rainforests that are affecting the ecosystem.
Right.
Second would be climate change. That would be ice caps melting, and in result, the ocean levels are getting higher, or sea levels are getting higher. And I guess for us, in some countries or some locations, it's getting hotter, right? And another one would be overpopulation or overproducing products. And overpopulation pretty much explains what it is, which is we're making too much baby. And not you. I know you're not planning. But for the overproducing, which is farmers, for example, overproducing food, animals over. I wouldn't say overconsumption, but there are a lot of obesity cases in America, but that's another.
Well, not just America.
Yeah, I know, but we're the leading.
Like global. No, not leading ones. We're number top 10,
Okay.
top 11.
Yeah, but
Top 13.
Animals, food being, there's just too much being made, and I guess when there's too much, there's excess food and supplies that where does it go? Some of them are being thrown out in the ocean, which is affecting affecting wildlife, animals in the ocean, or what do you call it, marine, I don't know. But yeah,
and therefore we're disrupting the food chain.
Exactly, that's another one, right? Like fishes and sea animals are dying because of these garbages that we're just throwing out. But anyways, why do we or what's in Mars? Why do we want to go there? How is it, same or different to Earth?
Well, I can answer those questions. Short question. There's nothing in Mars. The only thing that we want from Mars is because it's resetable settings for us with no pollution. And the cost of our production here in the Earth can actually help there in Mars. Talking about just the planet, the surface of the planet, it's around 4,200 miles, which is pretty much all the surface of the land and Earth. So if we combine all the continents and we put it together, it's actually the full surface of Mars. There's no magnetosphere, if That's how you say it.
Can you
Which means
explain what that is?
there's not a magnetic field that can help the planet and its life there to prevent solar storms and many other stuff. There's not enough atmosphere, which is pretty much the atmosphere there is like 0.1% of the Earth. So any gas, any molecules like air or carbon and all the stuff, it would just go away if you put some of it. Um, the only good resources that we have there, it's pretty much iron, something that we can mine, and we can produce capsules to as a fuel for us. And a few years ago, it was discovered that there's ice in Mars, which is potential thing to find water, especially under the surface of Mars. So what I'd say. If you want to get life in a planet, just follow the water. Yeah.
So that's underneath? Or
Yeah,
is that
there's capsule of
surface?
ice at the surface, especially in the poles, and then more underground. But you have to understand that it's only ice. So, and then the another fact about Mars is the main temperature. It's below zero. It's minus 70 something,
If you were
which
to
is the
describe
ice
that,
will still be ice.
no, if you were to describe that and differentiate it from Earth's temperature and then Mars temperature, how would you do that?
It's
And
around
simplified version.
100%, like 100 degrees, because Mars is negative 70. We are like on 32. That's the regular temperature there. So we've got freeze there, and then
So
the water will
basically,
still be ice.
You're gonna freeze to death if you don't have any protective gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
If the sun doesn't burn you first.
okay. So also, the sun is too close, or is
The
it
sun is a laser. The only thing that protects us is the ozone cavern and the magnetic field. Mars doesn't have one, so
The problem with Mars is that the atmosphere is way too thin, which is very different from that of Earth. The Earth has a stronger atmosphere, so it can block the radiation from the sun. In Mars, however, because the atmosphere is thin, those radiations can still go through the atmosphere, and if it can hit us, it could give us, it could burn us.
Or worse, mutate our DNA, genetic structure.
Yeah, that's all like in sci-fi movies and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's yeah.
You'll turn into one of those Mars characters in Avengers or something.
however, there's a few more stuff that we can relate Mars to Earth, and that's the orbit around the sun, and the day on Mars and on Earth. On Mars is around 23 hours, which is pretty much similar to the 24-hour cycle per day that we have on Earth. So it wouldn't be any inconvenience to our lifestyle per se. Talking about the rotation around the sun, Mars is pretty much the double of Earth. So in simple words, 2 years here and it's 1 year on Mars.
And how about the time? Like in a day.
In a day, it's around 23 hours.
So basically, just off by a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Earth and Mars has just somewhat in the same time, placement.
They have almost the same rotation on its age.
It's just off by a couple of minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Couple of minutes.
Also, not to mention that, if we just go to Mars, we can just die there.
Oh yeah, basically, without any protective gears, we are gonna die if we decide to land there. But of course, that's not gonna happen because they're gonna be placing precautions, kind of like all those capsules that they were talking about making before we decide to colonize Mars.
It'll take probably like years for
But how
that to
long
happen.
would that take to
it'll take
make
more.
that happen?
I don't know.
A few centuries.
100 probably to make one single
But
progress.
they are saying not in our lifetime, right?
No, definitely not. I think it's funny because we still haven't discovered 1% of the ocean. We're still
20%.
well. Is it 20% now?
Yeah.
That's still insufficient if you think about it. We still haven't reached the deepest part of the Earth.
Yeah.
And, the space, we're focusing so much attention to it. But, yeah, I think it's just very interesting.
Now, a lot of people would question, why Mars? Why not Venus,
Yeah.
Why not
actually
Mercury?
Mars, huh?
Why not Mercury?
No, Mercury's even farther away. Well, Mars. Well, what's so special about Mars? Why Mars? Why not go to Venus? We're not going to Venus.
Yeah,
You'll vaporize before you even get there.
Yep.
So
That's
Can
true.
you
Mars-
explain why that is?
Venus is
because
climate.
it's closer to the sun.
Exactly.
Obviously.
There you go.
So
And-
if you get closer to the sun, more heat's gonna get to you, and we'll just die of
Yeah,
stroke.
and the Venus
Oh, it's
is
probably just gonna burn right up.
Yeah.
Venus has a
because Venus, it's not a solid planet.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a sea, endless sea.
But
So there's not any surface.
probably boiling too.
Venus has a Venus has a atmosphere, but the thing that goes around it is hot clouds. So it's
Methane.
really methane. Is it?
It's methane.
It's really like very hot in there and probably like toxic if we think about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
So-
Mars is a lot very similar. Well, there has a lot of similarities to that of Earth. For example, we kind of touched on it a little bit. Mars, like on Earth, it has a near 24-hour day cycle. On Earth, it's 23 hours 56 minutes. On Mars, it's 24 hours 37 minutes. I think I might be up for a couple of minutes there, but yeah, and that's very helpful. It's
For
useful
Earth,
for Mars and Earth to have a similar time because we can keep track similar time on Earth and on Mars in case we need to, synchronize certain events in
Exactly.
Earth
If
and
you want
Mars.
a video call back to Earth,
Yeah.
hey, we're in the same time here.
Fun fact, you can actually buy watches that run on Mars time.
There you
What?
go.
So that's really interesting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they run slower
So
than that of
wow.
Earth. Another similarity to that of that Mars is similar to Earth is that Mars has ice caps, like on Earth.
Uh-huh.
And the ice caps, you also touched upon it. The ice caps helps regulate the temperature on Earth, and just like on Mars, it will also help regulate the temperature. And because there's no water on the surface of Mars, we can try to melt that ice and turn it into water and or oxygen.
Yeah.
So that's really helpful
Wow.
for
So that means they basically have to reshape the whole planet just for us to be able to live there.
Yeah.
that's
They
right.
basically have to work on it, but then that's a whole same distance or same size as Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which will take probably like forever just to make it habitable for us.
Yep.
To live in.
Also, another similarity is that Mars is also tilted on its axis, and just like on Earth. But why does this matter?
because
It's
of the
because
seasons.
because that tilt on Earth here, that tilt is the reason why we have seasons like spring, summer, fall, winter, stuff like that. And this matters on Earth because if we have seasons, we can grow certain vegetables in certain times. We can grow other types of plants on other certain times, and the animals also react to the seasons that they're in.
So agriculture will be possible if we focus on making an atmosphere enough for us to live, for plants to live, and for animals.
Mhm.
So
However, there are a lot of differences that Mars and Earth they don't have in common. One of these differences is, you also touched upon it, is that the atmosphere is way too thin. And so if we were to somehow melt the ice caps or create some sort of oxygen machine, that oxygen will just escape from the planet because the atmosphere is way too
Because
thin.
it can't contain it.
Yeah, it can't stay inside the planet. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to keep that oxygen in
So
the planet.
basically, the only way is to create these these, like bubbles.
There's one way that we can use it, and then it's pretty much like a theory process. We mined with the mining process. We create a CO2 gas that can create a greenhouse effect on Mars that can partially contain most less dense molecules.
But
like
to be
Earth and
able
all
to
this
do
stuff.
that, you have to place. You have to do it in
We're an
every-
expert on pollution.
yeah, like every surface of Mars.
Partial.
Yeah, basically, and you have to do that in a big span of time to be able to achieve that.
We expert polluting things,
Basically,
so
it's a reason to pollute
pollute
Mars.
Mm-hmm.
the planet. It's to make it habitable.
Yeah.
It's to pollute it.
Yeah.
Actually, we actually want to pollute that. Strangely enough, we want to pollute Mars because, oddly enough, I know from certain images on the internet, Mars seems like a hot planet, but it's actually really cold. For a reference, the average temperature on Earth, it's 14 degrees Celsius. The average temperature on Mars is negative 60 degrees Celsius. So it's really cold. And remember when I mentioned that there's seasons on Mars?
Yeah.
On winter, it's negative 20 degrees Celsius. So it's really cold. So we really do want to make Mars a lot warmer for us to live in.
Got you. Here's a question: have anyone ever actually landed on Mars or went to Mars?
Just two robots.
Two robots.
So no human.
Not yet.
Human alive force.
Not a life form. Just two robots, one helicopter.
Well, we just I believe I think we just released another it happened like I would say May. We released another robot for the Mars project, which this one is more advanced than the last technology that we did for Mars, which uses a lot more advanced equipment. It has a different fuel system, which just instead of absorbing sunlight for energy from the sun, it has a fuel inside of it, because the last model that we had was absorbing sun, but because of the sandstorms, the solar panels would get blocked, so it wouldn't charge properly. And and we also attached a kind of like a tiny like a robot inside of it so that it could propel, because Mars doesn't have gravity. I mean, it has gravity. It doesn't have the atmosphere of Earth, so it's a lot different for things to fly up, or just how everything in that
basically how it moves.
Yeah,
is different. Yeah,
everything in Mars moves differently. So
in conclusion, we actually can't go there right now, or even colonize Mars.
We don't know. That's why.
But that's the thing, though. We just established now that we do know.
We do know, but
we cannot go there in our lifetime.
Right.
Means all this social media going to Mars crap is crap. In conclusion.
Well, for now. No.
You can say for now, but we just established not in our lifetime.
Not in our lifetime, but for other lifetimes.
Maybe, yes, but we won't be able to experience that. That sucks.
If you're watching this from the 200 years in the future, hi. This was the TV show of YouthLINE, focused on moving to Mars. If you have any question, you can contact us at youthlineartchalk.org. You can watch some of the past episodes of TV show. You can also hear a podcast about moving to Mars and some other topics. And yeah, this was our time on screen. My name was Joshua.
My name is Excel.
My name is Jesus.
And my name is Steven.
And you're watching this in China.
Thank you.